Morning. Happy Wednesday. So I'm sitting here. I don't know why I wear this jacket. I guess because I think it's going to rain. I'm not sure. I know that I think Friday looks like we're in that blip that could have a storm maybe or high winds. I don't know. I did see that tomorrow in the Ohio Valley, right now they're saying it's a 5% chance hatch of storms that could produce a tornado. So you might want to be checking the SPC, Storm Prediction Center, to see if you're in that area, if you don't know yet. All right, so let me shut the door because I see that I didn't do it where I'd already started, and then I said something I shouldn't have. So I said I'd start all over again, because sometimes you say things and you wished you hadn't have said it. So that's what I'm doing now. I'm starting over again. Trust me, what I said was not anything important. It could just get me in trouble. And you know me, I don't want to get in trouble. So I watched Timmy yesterday. Now, I have not watched the steak video. Y'all, I cannot watch him cooking. I know I could went and read the transcript, but I just cannot handle the cooking. And you know, I admit that's something that has happened to me over time with YouTube. I don't want to watch anybody cooking. And I don't want to see anybody at a buffet. Because I see them people on cruises at buffets and I have to fast forward it or turn my head or go into another room because I don't want to see it. There's something about it that just, I don't know, it just gives me the EBGBs. And as I said, this is something that has happened over time with YouTube. I don't even like to watch some of the cooking videos, these shorts that people put out. And I guess that's why I could never do a cooking channel, because if I don't like to watch them, I don't expect other people to watch them. And I know there's a big audience for them, but I just can't get into them. Anyway, and I think part of it, though, is he's the one that drove it there, kind of. Because when I started seeing him and I see those pictures of him with those eggs in the pan, and I'm like, oh, God. I mean, I like eggs, but I don't want to, I don't know. It's just, it's in my head, I guess. I just don't want to see him cooking, and it has bled over into other ones. Okay, now, so he talked about the vitamin D thing. And I don't know if he's reported back from what the doctor said or the PA, family nurse practitioner or whatever. I just don't know if he's reported back about that, because one thing is the way I've been taught, and I don't have a vitamin D problem. I do not get out in the sun. I do have a window that I get the sun now. I used to didn't, but I do now. But my back is to it. And I try my best not to turn around because it comes in on the side and I don't want my face being hit. Even though I got on, and I always will do my hair like that when I do it. Because I just don't want it. But I take vitamin D3 with K2, and I take it with the largest meal, whichever one that is. Normally it's lunch, because I don't eat at night. That's when I take it, because it's fat soluble, and you should take it with some people say fatty meal, but I just say largest meal, because chances are that's going to have more fat in it. Okay, Tim eats salmon, which has vitamin D in it. Okay, I did read and I did hear that your body can't, I don't know, I'm trying to see what that bird is over there because it's different looking. It almost looks like a rabbit. And I had 3 deer in the yard this morning, but of course, the minute I try to get a picture, here they go. They hear me. They run. Or a video. Anyway, and I know everybody's seen deer. Anyway. I think he's on top of a camera, is what that bird is. All right. The only thing I can think of is Tim's skin is so damaged that the vitamin D can't get through there. And I did watch a Dr. Dray video this morning talking about how to try to remedy that at home versus going to a doctor. And what she said made a lot of sense. So Tim needs to watch that video. I'll try to remember to link it below. But basically she was saying that, you know, you need to exfoliate some way or another, whether it's chemical or physical. And then you put Vaseline on it. And, you know, if it's somewhere possible, the best way to do it is wrap it in saran wrap or plastic wrap and let it sit there for a few minutes. I mean, you can't sleep that way. Well, I couldn't. I mean, and that makes sense because you're trapping it in, and that way it's staying on the skin and will eventually help. So why don't Tim try to wrap himself in saran wrap or plastic wrap and see what happens? And no, I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it. But he'd probably get some views if he did that. If he just took his arm and did it. Now, I've been trying to figure out how to do that on the face, and I think I figured it out, but I'm not going to go into it. She also talked about removing warts off the feet and putting duct tape on it. Now, I'd never heard that one. So, that's interesting. And she talked about taking a bath in bleach. And, you know, people made fun of others when they talked about that before. I'm not going to go into it because it's political. But it happens. And she's not talking about bleach to lighten your skin. She's talking about to kill a fungus. And, of course, I also know a lot of people use Monistat cream when they have a fungus. And it helps. Or if they have yeast on their face. Because you get yeast on your face. And lots of times that's what's causing problems. And I'm going to shut up because I am not meant here to diagnose or doctor anybody. Because I'm not. I'm not a doctor, a lawyer, anything professional. I'm not. I'm not even a professional YouTuber. I am just me. And I just like to run my mouth. Anyway, the rumor is Tim and Tammy had a fight. Don't know how true that is. Just, you know, you hear gossip. And so now he's, you know, I don't doubt for a minute he's not going to travel some. It's just, when is he going to travel? You know, he put like the other day, it was when he was going to go, I mean, when the time changed. And I kind of understand that he is, and I know a lot of people say he's scared. I do think he is scared. But y'all, he is a little older now. And I don't fault him at all for being a little scared. He said yesterday he was going to take the Flagstaff now and the tent, which I don't understand. But whatever. I mean, I guess you could throw the tent in the camper. But whatever. You know, so we can see he don't want to sleep in the tent. So he's going to take the Flagstaff. Which is the right thing to do, I think, or else stay in a hotel room. I just don't see. Now, if it's one night with a group of men staying in a tent, or a group of women, I mean, I'm not saying Tim and a group of women. I'm just saying if you're with a group in a tent, I don't see no issue with that, or several tents, 1 or 2 nights. But out in the desert, and I'm not saying, I'm sure there's people that do this, but I don't think it's safe. But that's my opinion. And we're all entitled to one. During care, I am not wearing the Estee Lauder today. I decided I wanted to go back to the Dior because I need to use these products up. That Dior is getting some age on it, and I need to get through it because I don't want it going bad. And I feel like it's some that can go bad. The shade is darker than the Estee Lauder, so that's probably why you're seeing some difference. as far as it on the skin, it's a little heavier. I will say that. It's a cream. A stick foundation is a cream foundation. Maybe I used too much. But anyway, just so you know, I'm wearing the Dior stick foundation today. I'm going to go. Talk to y'all later. Love you. Bye.